What's up guys, Paramoto here. Welcome to day 2 of the North Carolina Route 12/Hatteras Island trip. Today we are starting from Rodanthe Campground and going to Hatteras Island, and then we're heading back to Raleigh. It's been a great trip so far. The bike is doing amazing and fantastic. I'll give a breakdown of everything that we've been going through this entire trip. But other than that, let's jump on the bike and head out for day 2. Time to leave the campground. Pretty nice little place. It's like Rodanthe Campground. It was like $40, I think, for the night. We went kayaking last night. They have these like pretty sweet hammocks that are like way out in the water. We got to hang out in some of those. That was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool little place for $40 a night. And it's literally right on the water. It's not like technically the ocean. It's the side that's like the Pamlico Sound. It's between the Outer Banks and North Carolina, like mainland. But pretty nice overall. Been a pretty decent experience, I would say. The water's not quite warm enough to go hang out in for a long time though. It's still May, so I mean, give it another month it'll probably be nice and warm. It's kind of like weird being out here. Like everything's like, you can tell got hit with a hurricane at some point, and they just never rebuilt it, you know, and it's just kind of like abandoned go-karts, abandoned water slides, you know. It's very, it feels like you're in a carnival. Like, it doesn't feel like South Carolina, where like, if you, well, certain parts of South Carolina, I guess Myrtle Beach probably would be the same thing, but it doesn't quite feel like Hilton Head, you know, where people just generally live all year long and it's just kept up super nice. Here it's just, it feels like a freaking carnival. The beach was super nice. We went to the beach last night. A little bit cold, but the waves were ridiculous. It was awesome. We're at 241 miles for the trip. Not bad at all. That's not crushing any sort of mileage. That's not even close to like the most I've ever done in like a day or anything at all. But that's just chilling and just enjoying yourself kind of mileage. It's been very enjoyable. So today we are literally going to ride to the end of North Carolina 12 as far as you can really go, and then we're going to ride back and get back on mainland and go home. So today's trip is literally North Carolina 12 to Hatteras, and that's the main part of this trip, is North Carolina 12 to Hatteras. Now the Jelly Bean Show, we got 2 Teslas just went by. I like to call them jelly beans. They look like jelly beans to me. So on the way up here, my fuel gauge started malfunctioning. Or my fuel light started malfunctioning on the way up here. So now I got to like keep a super close eye on my mileage, top up anytime I can. It makes me a little bit nervous, but at the same point, like, these things happen. And that's the only thing that breaks in almost like probably 500 miles, what we're gonna do probably today. Well, 500 miles during the trip. If that's the only thing that breaks in the 500 miles of this trip, I think that's a success. 20 miles south will get us to Hatteras. Like literally like smack dab in the middle of the Outer Banks right now. Like if you looked at us on a map, it's literally like boop, right in the middle. I think this is like getting more towards like where actually like people live instead of just touristy areas. The touristy areas don't really do it for me. It looks like a freaking carnival. I'd rather be out here where like people actually live. Could literally be a day trip. You could literally ride out here, ride up and down NC 12, take a lunch break, and then ride back to Raleigh. Like, it's not far away at all. The bike's doing good, bike's pulling good, it's freaking not burning any oil. That was all good. Tires ain't losing no air. Haven't rattled any bolts off loose, so I think we're in pretty good shape. We actually started a little bit early today. I was kind of surprised. I woke up at like 7:50. Our freaking air mattress had sprung a leak during the night, so we basically just slept on the ground, which is admittedly not nearly as uncomfortable as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't ideal. It was 7:50 in the morning. We broke down camp, got out before 9. I think if I was by myself and not with a group of people, that I probably would have got out much earlier. Probably would have broken down camp much earlier, but you know, that's just part of being with people, you know. You gotta go with everybody else's rhythms too, you know. I don't know really what I was expecting NC12 to be, but it is just flat and straight. Which, I mean, it's probably exactly what every single coastal highway is, flat and straight. I know there's water on both sides of us, so it'd be nice to have like a cool view or something. yesterday and today was kind of like half of what I kind of feel like doing on like an actual road trip. You know, my plan was to ride 400 miles a day, 200 miles in the morning, 200 miles in the afternoon, take a long break for lunch, and that's basically what we did yesterday. We rode 200 miles, was totally chill, literally could have done that like again, no problem. And then we stopped, had lunch, I had some poutine and a burger, and which was super good, by the way. And then we rode over to the campground, rode a little bit of NC12. I think I did about 240 miles yesterday-ish, a little bit over 200. You know, definitely over 200. It was actually a really good ride, and I could totally do that like every day for the foreseeable future. We'll see how today is, you know. And I think like my New England trip is probably like 8 days long, I think, that I have planned. So it'd be good to have like a good, solid understanding of what doing this, you know, multiple days in a row would feel like. It smells amazing out here. Man, I don't know how to describe it. It just smells like fresh green and also like cool ocean at the same time. I think that's where you can actually go out and drive on the beach. If I had a car, a four-wheeler, or a WR, I'd be out there. I feel like if you took like a bike out there, you would have to clean the chain like right afterwards. Actually really comfortable, and I'm really happy that I'm out here. And that's one thing that you could say about doing a road trip on a motorcycle, is if you're not comfortable and you're not happy, you're gonna be miserable. But right now it's not raining, the weather is perfect for a motorcycle ride. It's like 75, probably a little bit higher, little touch of humidity, and it's just, I'm happy to be out here on the motorcycle. I'm not uncomfortable at all, and I'm literally just happy to be here. Sun's starting to come out from behind a little bit of this overcast. I'm still really disappointed with the lack of palm trees here. I know palm trees grow like as far north as like Seattle on the other side of the country, but I'm really bummed that there's a definitive lack of freaking palm trees. It's like Jeep access. It's like specifically Jeep. Like if you don't have a Jeep, don't even try to come to this access point. We're just gonna pull you out. I just want to go out there and have some $1 million bogan moments, you know? Where are we heading into? This looks like more residential. Welcome to Avon. Yeah, this looks a lot less touristy. At least right now it does. This looks a lot better. I like this over here a lot better, dudes. It doesn't look like a freaking carnival, dude. I can't do like the carnival, like freaking gift shops everywhere and everything's just like in your face. Ooh, a DQ. Sad lady, come get yourself some DQ. Ah, it's closed. That's sad. It looks so much nicer over here. I'm sorry, but if I had a house out here, I'm literally planting palm trees the day I move in. Why would you not? This is the kind of crap that I'm talking about. Like, this looks like a freaking carnival out here. I wouldn't want to live by that. Man, if I was on like an Outer Banks like city council or whatever the shit they have out here, I would literally have like a class up our city like campaign. Like, make it not look like carnival. Like, being out here, like this general area, this looks pretty nice. This looks like real. Everything else looks pretty like, it definitely looks like a vacation city in some of these places. Like that. Like, why does the surf shop have to look anything but like that? Like, that doesn't look like it's painted like, I mean, that's tasteful. But it doesn't have to be like a blazing neon sign, you know? Man, what are those houses? Wow. I like how they're all like 3 stories. I'd love to have a 3-story house. I think they even got one that goes like a freaking patio that goes all the way up to the top. They're all about their like multiple story like decks, balconies, whatever you want to call them. A movie theater. Oh, that's closed. It's at least nice over here. It looks really classy, you know? It's like if you want to live in a small town but also be like directly on the water. Gas is stupid pricey out here though. $3.09. That's crazy. For regular. Yeah, this is more what I thought it was going to look like. More like sand dunes, and you can definitely tell that like the ocean is like really close. It's freaking windy. Windy as hell. Those sand dunes are crazy tall. I can see Hatteras. I can see Hatteras in the far distance. Nice. That's what I like to see. I like to see the water. People out there kayaking. Man, that looks beautiful out there. Freaking old VW camper. That's what I'd be doing right there. Walking the dog on the beach. My dogs love sand. Don't love water, but they love sand. It's like we're going into like another little city. It's pretty cool how that it does that. It's like you get like miles of like beach highway, and then you get a little like outpost, probably like an old fishing place or something, and then it goes to Cape Hatteras. And there's an old man in a Corvette slowing everybody down. Buxton, welcome to Buxton, where there's sand everywhere. That's just crazy. It's just crazy that there's sand everywhere like that. Hi y'all smoke shop. Oh man, that would be, I would never let that go up in the city that I manage. That's always just an invitation to just basically trouble. It's just an invitation to trouble. Cape Hatteras, Lighthouse Road. Can't believe we're here. I've been talking about doing this for like a while. We're finally here. That's one promise that you can check out the box, Paramoto fulfilling. The next up would be doing a video every single day in June. So, let's get that one done. I think Cape Hatteras is like the big famous lighthouse in the area. Like, I don't know if there's a more famous lighthouse on the Outer Banks. We were at Bodie yesterday. Pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty cool, I'll give you that. And the scenery is usually really awesome. It's definitely more like a destination ride, just riding somewhere just to have somewhere to ride to. But after this, we're breaking past. I'm going on Google Maps and sliding avoid highways, avoid tolls, and we're going to take the back roads all the way back. 264 miles from Raleigh to Hatteras. We just went into like an African savanna. What is this? This is the beach parking, ladies. There's a lighthouse though. Oh, they just like deflated their tires. That's pretty cool. No camping. 10-4. Apparently we're just going to walk it. Alright guys, well this is it for the North Carolina NC12 Cape Hatteras vlog. About a 4-hour ride back in front of me right now, and I'm gonna get to it. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing if you haven't already. One last look at Cape Hatteras here. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. Pretty cool, pretty historic, but also not Raleigh, so I need to start heading home. Alright, I think it's time for me to enjoy my headphones. I think it's time for me to keep my visor open and enjoy the fresh air. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching again. I appreciate it as always. Deuces.